welcome back from GraceWood Farms. It has been a long time since we've made a video for this channel. We have been prioritizing other things and the channel didn't really seem to be taking off at all. So honestly, I wasn't super motivated to be making and editing videos and putting that time into it when I couldn't even get above 200 subscribers for a long time. So I took a break. But we're going to get back into it now, and we have some updates for you guys. This morning we are on our way to church as a family of
5.
Yes.
Mama had the baby.
I don't even think they knew I was pregnant.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I don't think we've made a video since like last year.
Okay.
So we now have 3 babes, and we are all squished in the back seat. Say hi, Evie. Hi. So there's a little one there, and Evie and Noah. And cute as can be. Yep. Her little brothers, Malachi and Noah. Malachi James was born on October 4th, and he weighed 7 pounds, 7 ounces. And he was a whole month early and spent 10 days in the NICU, but he is good and healthy now, and you would not even know he was a late premature baby. So that's our life update. James is going to tell you a little bit about how the garden did this summer. We didn't film at all over the summer. Our garden was a fail, and James will tell you about that.
We had issues with bugs everywhere, all over everything. It's like no matter what we planted, where as far as herb-wise, trying to companion plant, nothing really helped this year too much to keep the bugs away. So what we did have, the bugs got. Our cabbage just completely destroyed by the bugs. We also ran into, sorry, we're driving to church. We're also lost a great deal of our tomato plants. We've been losing our tomato plants every year, the last couple years, to blossom end rot.
But we still get a lot of tomatoes.
We still had a bunch of tomatoes. I think we still have, what, 5?
We have several gallons in the freezer.
Yeah.
So despite that, the tomatoes did well.
They did well, but they still, the plants kind of rot from the bottom, from the ground up. The leaves kind of turn a yellowish brown color, and they just rot and yellow, and they just turn nasty colors from the ground up. And the mold, mildew just kind of screwed all that up. And then this year, I could not keep ahead of the weeds. It's like as soon as I got one section cleared off and started into another, as soon as I was halfway through that section, the other, what I just finished, was
Noah, stop biting me.
Was half grown in weeds again. I just could not keep up with it. The Canadian thistle this year was just horrible.
The thistle was very bad. Which is strange. This is really the first year we've had an issue with it. Mm-hmm. It kind of started last year in the field, and then it just spread to the garden this year.
And it really took over, especially in the carrots, garlic, onions, potatoes, that area of the garden. Because we had 3 separate sections of garden this year. But in those 2 sections up top, it just took over, and I could not get through it. It would not. It one of those things. It just wouldn't die.
We attempted sweet potatoes for the first time. They did not produce at all. What did produce this year was our regular potatoes. They did pretty well. We got a few zucchinis, and that was after 3 plantings. 4 plantings.
I
think it was 3, but okay, he says 4. And we also got some cantaloupe and watermelon. So that was kind of exciting. We got yellow watermelon.
It was our first year growing watermelon and cantaloupe.
So the watermelon did well. It was our first year doing that. And I think that's really it. I can't think of anything else that did well and we were able to eat.
The painted popcorn. Multicolored popcorn.
It didn't really do well.
It didn't do well as far as plant. We did get a bunch of ears. I have some in a bucket on the porch. They're going to come in. I didn't get to pick anymore because Noah wanted to go inside. But so we got a bucket of that. That's probably almost half of it. That was 2 packs of seeds. So yes, but no.
There's some theories that this year's seed, like nationwide, was tainted because we know a lot of gardeners who had issues with germination. And it's not as if this is our first time gardening and we don't know what we're doing. We are very well seasoned gardeners, and so were a lot of our friends who got tainted seeds. So we ended up having better luck with this year's seed, which is very interesting. If you are somebody who's a little bit into conspiracy theories, we're right there with you, because there's just some very strange things that have gone on with gardening and farming this particular year.
Some basic things that anyone, and I mean anyone, should be able to grow is blue lake green beans and zucchini. And I don't know why on God's green earth it takes 3 or 4 plantings of zucchini to get just a couple, and 3 plantings, I believe it was 3, maybe 2 plantings of
green beans.
And I don't think we really got anything. We had like 1 or 2 dinners, that was it.
Yeah.
Like, why?
And normally green beans, we can get multiple quarts and freezer bags and then have enough to share. And that was not the case at all. I actually have had to buy green beans from the store, which is very unlikely. This past week, we canned applesauce and cranberry sauce. So we have that for the fall. We bought apples. Actually, our parents bought apples for us in Amish country. We got cranberries from the grocery store, and we were able to can those. So that was like something, that was a bit of a blessing we were able to preserve.
Yep.
But other than that, not too much going on garden-wise or homestead-wise. We still have our egg layers. We were gonna get meat chickens, that fell through. We're still talking about getting a cow. We are buying our dairy, raw milk, and raw butter from a local farmer, and we are extremely grateful for that, that they are able to supply the raw milk and raw butter for us, because at this point in our lives we cannot do dairy cow, because it's very, very time consuming. If you don't know, you have to milk twice a day. You have to process all of that milk and all of that dairy.
She has to be bred.
And if you have excess milk, you have to find a way to use that, or it goes to waste. So just things like that. We're not able to do dairy right now. So we're extremely grateful that we have a local farmer that we're able to get quality butter and quality milk from. And we've even had the pleasure of meeting the cows, which is really cool. Not many people can say that they have met the cows where their dairy comes from. We have. We know they are treated very humanely. They're living their best lives. And Evie and Noah even had the experience of seeing how they were milked. So like very, very blessed.
They helped milk the cows. It was pretty cute.
Yeah. And then James goes to that farm every week now. I was just getting it at school because one of the farmers works with me. But now James just goes out to the farm once a week and picks up our milk and butter as we need it. So really awesome. And we all drink it, cook with it. It's like wonderful. Once you go raw, you'll never want to go back to pasteurized. Like, I can't even tell you just how good it is. So it's going on a year now that we've been doing raw milk and raw butter. So yeah. I'm taking off the rest of the school year, God willing. I will not go back until next school year to teaching. We are going to be very, very frugal. We are being very, very frugal. Because of that, I am cooking all of our meals at home. We were blessed to get like a bunch of pork and beef, and we still have chicken left over, so we're all good there. But yeah, we're gonna go to church and get this little guy introduced for the very first time.
Just a couple little things on the homestead aspect of it real quick.
We will do a walk around for you guys on the homestead with all of that fun stuff. I will be doing a series on that French teacher mom life, on my birth stories and my journey with endometriosis, because I know there's a lot of women out there who have struggled with those same things, with birth and with endo. So I will be producing those throughout this fall and winter, actually. So stay tuned for that.
We don't want
Evie, you can't go away. So Noah's telling Evie to go away, even though they're, anchored to their car seats.
Even though he's the one taking his socks and shoes off, poking his sister in the face with his toes.
Yeah, but he's telling her to go away. This is why we need a new car. That's another thing. We are looking into buying a new vehicle. Yes, we're living on one income and we're crazy, and we're trying to figure out if it's possible to pull this off until I go back to work next fall and start getting 2 incomes again. So we'll see. God is faithful. He knows our needs. He knows I need to be home with my babies this year, and he knows that we need a new vehicle at the same time. So we'll see how God works out those details. Stay tuned for that. Or if he does, he might just say, nope, you gotta wait and make do with what you got. So we'll see what he says. I feel like there was something else I wanted to tell you guys, but I don't remember what it was.
We'll probably caption it back in later.
Yeah. All right. Peace out from GraceWood Farms.
Take care. God bless.